Hello there, beautiful mama. In today's video, I want to discuss a really great starting point when it comes to implementing conscious parenting or intentional parenting. Coming up. Hello there and welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new here, my name is Nicole. I coach entrepreneur mamas. I'm a pediatric OT as well as a certified lactation counselor. I'm a mama myself. And on this channel, I really want to share impactful tips, strategies, tools, and my own experiences to help you move the needle forward in terms of your visions when it comes to parenting, when it comes to building your impact and legacy. So I'm super excited that you're here. So I just have to say, I did a video on conscious parenting and what it is, and the feedback was so beautiful. So many of you guys wrote in, sent me an email, told me you were so interested in this, and this is content you would like to see more of on my channel, and I'm just so excited because my soul is so aligned with that. So I'm really excited to be doing this video today. Where do we start? If conscious parenting or intentional parenting is something you're interested in, but it's also a fairly new concept to you, you might be wondering, like, where should I start? Where's a great starting place? How do I begin? So that's what we're going to be diving into. So I really sat with this question and thought about what would be the best first step. And so we're just going to dive into this, and I want to just break down where I went with this first step. And I believe that very first step is to create a long-term goal or vision, asking yourself, what do I want to instill in my children? So when I created this vision, and I think it's actually a beautiful exercise to consider making a parenting vision board. We've heard of, your typical life vision board, and maybe there's aspects of parenting included in that vision board, but focusing specifically on maybe words. So maybe it is clear communication, maybe it's empathy, maybe it's emotional intelligence, maybe it's unconditional love, maybe it is safety, maybe, as these words come up, it's like these are your guiding lights, and you can either journal them, or if you feel like having them more visible in your daily space would be more impactful for you, I encourage you to do that, because this is the vision. This is what you're creating, and this is going to help you stay aligned when things become challenging. So what do you want? At the end of the day, when you are old and gray and you've raised your children, what do you want the legacy to be in terms of your parenting? And so I want to share with you some of the things that I came up with, and maybe this inspires you or helps you move when creating this vision. So one of the major tenets in my vision, something that I really, really want to impart on my children, is emotional intelligence. And I spoke about this briefly in the last conscious parenting video that I did, but to me, it's so important that my children are aware of their emotions and their feelings. They're able to navigate them relatively easily using various effective tools, whether that is communicating, whether that is physical activity, whether that is meditating, journaling, you get it, right? It's being aware of what's going on within them and having effective tools to navigate them to where they want to go. So if they're negative feelings, how do we shift, or how do we sit with this and allow it to be while it is and then move forward? It's something I believe is super important for every child, but this specifically came up for me in my vision as like one of the main things that I'm working hard to do for them. So these are some other words that I want to share with you that came up for me that I hope my children are able to embody through me modeling and me doing the work to embody these myself. So those words are courage, resilience, confidence, cultivators of love, peace, and light. And again, as I spoke about in the previous video, if we hope for our children to carry these beautiful characteristics, it starts with us and our ability to model these characteristics. And a lot of times we have our own mental blocks there, and we've got to do some inner work to uncover what's keeping us from shining brightly in the world and displaying these. And that's where I work with my entrepreneur mamas, or just mamas who are super passionate about this, because again, one parent making a decision to do this work changes generations, future generations. And that is so beautiful to me. And ultimately, when I think about this vision, I mean, this came long before I was pregnant with Kai. I just see my husband and myself older, fulfilled, and having beautiful family dinners together. And maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe distance is a factor for why we're not able to do Sunday dinners as a family, or, my kiddos are off chasing their dreams, which I hope that they do. But I guess underneath the family dinners, it's just the bonding and the closeness that we've cultivated love throughout years that allows us to remain open to one another, to communicate well with one another, respect each other, and show up for each other for important family events, life events, special occasions. So I encourage you, take some time, sit down, whether it's a vision board, whether it's your journal, get clear on your vision. What do you want? What do you want for your kiddos? Sometimes we have this clear in our mind well before we are ready to be parents, and then sometimes it comes to us later. But this is step one. And again, if you feel a calling to work with me, please shoot me an email. I will leave my email address in the description box below. I'm going to have a couple different containers in which we are working through this and making serious impact in the world because of this type of work. So I love the emails that I've gotten. It's been so nice chatting with you guys, and I'd love to hear from you if you're into that. All right, Mama, I hope you are having a beautiful day, and I will catch you in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello there, beautiful mama. In today's video, I want to discuss a really great starting point when it comes to implementing conscious parenting or intentional parenting. If conscious parenting or intentional parenting is something you're interested in, but it's also a fairly new concept to you, you might be wondering, where should I start? And I believe that very first step is to create a long-term goal or vision, to consider making a parenting vision board. And this is gonna help you stay aligned when things become challenging. So that's what we're gonna be diving into coming up. At the end of the day, when you are old and gray and you've raised your children, what do you want the legacy to be in terms of your parenting?